Dear Barbara, I've managed to track down John Deeks' death certificate, and I'm afraid it's not good news. He died of pneumonia and senile decay in the Bethnal Green Infirmary in 1909 and was of no fixed abode. Also, and sorry to be the bearer of more bad news, but I've traced the death certificate of John's father, who was called Golding Deeks, and he died in the Bethnal Green workhouse. Golding Deeks. Golding, that's an unusual name. I know Golding as a surname, a Jewish surname, but I don't know Golding as a Christian name. So I wonder where Golding Deeks comes from.
The documents reveal that John Deeks was in the workhouse until he died. His father, Golding Deeks, also died a pauper in the East End. But Golding had not been born there.
Golding Deeks, age 56, bricklayer. Oh, well, that runs through the family. He was born Bures, St Mary, Suffolk. Oh, Suffolk. Oh, that's a surprise. I could believe Ireland, but not Suffolk. Why do they talk like that? How do they talk in Suffolk? I can't remember. Played a nice little theatre there in Bury St Edmunds. Well, that would be nice to go there to Suffolk then. The funny thing about me, I always think of myself as a townie, because I don't like the country. I like to go and visit. It's lovely to go and visit, you know, but then 2 days later I want to come home, you know, because I'm a high-heel lady. I'm not flats, and I take all the wrong clothes to the country, and it's the mud. And when it rains a lot, and when it's hot, it's too hot, and I can hear all those birds all the time and things like that. I'm a real townie. So to me, Suffolk is real countryside.
The village of Bures is split by the River Stour, with one half in Essex, the other in Suffolk. In Golding Deeks' day, Bures was a brickmaking centre and regularly sent bricks to London in barges on the river. But with the Industrial Revolution, employment in the countryside for bricklayers like Golding collapsed. So he was forced to seek work in the East End.
They would have seen all the traffic of all the bricks and thought, well, he was a bricklayer and maybe prospects would have been better in London, so I'll go to London. And of course, he ends up in the workhouse. Makes you think that maybe they should have stayed put. But then, would I have been here? I don't know. Oh, I don't know. That's a funny thought.
Barbara's on her way to Bury St Edmunds to meet Sheila Reid at the Suffolk Record Office. She hopes she can throw more light on the Deeks family and the unusual Christian name of Golding.
Sheila, I found out that my great-great-great-granddad, Golding Deeks, was a bricklayer who came from Suffolk. And so I just want to find out more about the Deeks, and I believe you might have some news for me, yeah?
I do.
Good.
Deeks is a name that crops up in Suffolk, and here we have a marriage entry.
Yeah.
And we believe this is the marriage entry of Golding Deeks' parents. So you have the marriage here between William Deeks and Elizabeth Golding. And William Deeks is actually signing his name.
Yes.
Where Elizabeth Golding can't. There's a cross next to her name.
Is that what the cross is? Yeah,
That's what the cross is, yeah. So it's because she can't actually write her own name, so it's been written in for her, and she's put an X, that's her mark. In this period of time in Suffolk, Golding was quite a prominent family in the Bures and Glemsford area, and Golding was often used as a Christian name to carry it through the line.
I see.
Right? So because it's coming from the mother's side, her surname isn't carried forward, but she's brought it through at
It's
one
a
of her
lovely
son's
name.
names.
I think it's a lovely
yes.
Christian name.
Yes, and there's other Goldings in the area. So there's Golding Garrod, Golding Boggin and Golding Bird. And the Boggins family and the Garrod family definitely have quite a lot of land and wealth. And there was a Golding Constable born in Bures, who is the father of the painter John Constable.
Really?
Yes.
Could that be anything to do with my side?
Well, we have done some research and we think there is a connection.
No.
Yes.
Oh, goodness me. John Constable.
Yes.
Oh, in the family. Oh, goodness. Oh.
Right, and have actually prepared a family tree to try and illustrate this. There's Elizabeth Deeks, Golding Deeks' mum, and then her father Mark, grandfather, great-grandfather, all Marks.
Yeah.
And there's this John Golding here who has a daughter Judith, and she is the mother of John Constable, whose son is called Golding Constable.
Yeah.
And that is John Constable the painter.
This one down here?
This one down here, yes. John Constable was born 1776. Elizabeth Deeks was born 1776. So they're the same age, yes, but very distant cousins. So whether they actually knew each other or not,
I'm sure they did.
Open to question.
I bet you did a painting for their wedding. I'll put it somewhere.
William Deeks and Elizabeth Golding were married in 1798. Elizabeth's great-great-grandfather, John Golding, was a very wealthy landowner in 17th century Suffolk. He divided his fortune between his children, but it was the descendants of his daughter Judith who benefited the most.
And because she married quite old, she actually only had a couple of children rather than a big family of children to share the money between. So there's still quite a substantial amount in the family when it comes down to Golding Constable, and then you end up with John Constable.
It's just the Deeks' luck that the money didn't go down this side, it went all the way down that side, didn't it?
It did,
yes.
yes.
Oh, I'm not good with doors. I'm a little bit flummoxed because I can't believe John Constable. Me, little Barbara Windsor, or Barbara and Deeks. You know, I think that's amazing. But what the funny thing about it is, it seems on the Deeks' side, they're a bit more upmarket than the Ellis' side. Oh, mother, if you're looking down. Love it, love it.
While she's in East Anglia, Barbara can't resist going to Flatford to see where Golding Constable once lived and where John Constable painted the hay wain.
I've come here today to pay my respects to my distant cousin, John Constable. Did you get that? John Constable. And it got me to think about fate and destiny, what it all throws up, you know, that who you fall in love with and who the money goes to and who it doesn't go to. I mean, look at that beautiful house. That's where Golding Constable lived. And then John Constable went on to live in very posh Hampstead. And Golding Deeks went to live in poor East End. Ah, that's fate, isn't it? But it's just been a lovely journey, and I'm very proud of my ancestors. What I found out about them, they were good working stock, you know, all, majority of them, all very poor. But I wouldn't have wanted to be on the rich side at all, because then I wouldn't be me, would I? Wouldn't have made me what I am, who I am.